Guys, you have the instructions on how to create a Pinterest board in the text version, and I have that so that you can follow along with it and follow along with the steps as you go. But I know it's really helpful to see samples because I know just even visually it's hard to say, well, what does she mean by that, or what kind of images, or how do I pin them? So I thought it would be helpful to actually show you some Pinterest boards that my past clients have made, and because I think they have done such a great job. Actually, they all really do a really great job. We always send out those instructions, and they always do an awesome job building these. So I just want to show you a few samples, but I'm also going to show you what I see in them, and I think that might be helpful so that you can kind of see both sides of it. See what they pinned, why they pinned it, but you can also see what I'm seeing from it, and as a designer, what I'm kind of picking out of it, because that will help you, become a better brand designer. So first off, you can see here, basically, like I said, follow the instructions, but you're going to see in all these brand boards, you're going to see, several things. You're going to see a mood, like an overall feeling when you look at all of the images together. But I want you to start diving in and thinking about what are like the elements of all of these images, because you're going to notice, some are going to be like textures and patterns, others are going to be interiors, others are going to be outfits, that people wear that have the mood and the style. Sometimes, like, I want you to look at the pairings, like what patterns did they pair together, or what textures did they pair together, what colors did they pair together. You're going to be looking for fonts, maybe not necessarily, you don't want to get too literal and like just be pinning logos and stuff, because you're not going to be able to break out of your own head on that one. But you can use typography, like just how, like for a good example is this made coffee thing here. So I'm getting a really good sense of this typography, and it's not like I'm going to copy this logo or anything, but it just, do you see how there's like more of a feel of the design style? That's kind of what I mean by fonts. So, and even here, like this isn't a logo or anything. It's kind of it's a layout system. It's the relationship that text has and the typography here. So those are the kind of things that, if you are going to pin stuff, definitely pin stuff that's less literal so that you can sort of think outside the box a little bit. And so, that could be, like I said, either fonts, typography, or it could be layouts. So just spatially, like how do things go next to each other, how much spacing, how much white space does it have? So be thinking about all of those things when you are pinning. So you can start off. I'm going to go ahead and click on one of these guys and have it pop up for you. And what you can basically start off with just one or two images. So, you can search based on what you think your style is. So like maybe it's, bright green. Let's say that you're kind of thinking about you're going to do these colors. So put in teal, yellow, and funky or something, right? Like you can start off with colors and then like maybe a description, and then you'll start to see some images. And once you get a couple images, or even just one, honestly, just one image loaded in that you like, what you can do is just start scroll down, and you're going to see related pins. And so this is my favorite way to create brand boards, because I love, Pinterest's algorithm basically picks a bunch of other images that it thinks looks like the one that you chose. So you can start kind of scrolling down here, and you can see, okay, this one, I like these colors, and save that one. I'm not going to actually save it because this is actually a client's board. But you see how it's going to give me really similar images and similar breakdowns. And you can just kind of go down this rabbit hole here, just by just choosing those first keywords. I can start to go in and start adding, different images that I like. So I can say, okay, I like this one, I like this one, I like, you can start going through there and adding. And that is a really, really good way to kind of go down like a specific rabbit hole. So you'll notice here, like a lot of these are very, very similar in layout and content. So that's the other thing too, is showing you related content. So it's going to show me other like color crushes basically when I go through here. So you're going to want to you're not going to only want to pin colors, right? You're going to want to pin different things. So you can do this, like you can basically have like a family that you're starting, like, okay, I'm going to do color palettes, and then, pin 5 of these or something, and then go back out and look up something else, like, bright, colorful interior or whatever, and then click find one that you like, and then click then scroll down, do related pins, and pin a bunch more. And then you maybe do, colorful, bright textures or geometric patterns, and then kind of start pinning some of those, and then scrolling down. So it's just, you can use just a mixture of, kind of picking one image and then using the related pins to kind of see what else is there. So let's just check out another one here. So this is probably going to give me a lot of business cards and logos and stuff, right? So then I go, okay, cool. So here's more watercolor business cards. And so it's going to give you, some other things to work from. And then might take you here, and then this will take you somewhere else. And like I said, you kind of go down that little rabbit hole. So it's a really, really, really quick and easy way to build up your Pinterest board really quickly. So one thing that you want to do is make sure that after you pin a bunch of things, and I talk about this in the instructions, but after you pin a bunch of things, you want to get rid of things that don't match. So like maybe we're going through here, and then I see a picture like this. It's like really dark. It doesn't have a lot of bright colors. It just doesn't fit. Then I'm going to start editing. So once you you basically brainstorm and you're just brain dumping. So you're pinning all of the things. And then you want to go back through and give you want to see, once you see like this high level view of it, you can kind of pick out ones that just kind of maybe don't fit. And that's when you can go in and just start deleting stuff and actually refining it and making sure that everything, like nothing really stands out like a sore thumb. And you can get rid of things that are like super, like that there's too many of them. So like if I had a ton of pictures of all swatches or whatever, then I can start paring those down and only picking my favorites or whatever. So you don't want all of the same images either. You want a really good mix of images here. And so like just looking at this, can you just totally see like the style? I mean, so let me tell you kind of what I'm seeing here. Obviously, I'm seeing a lot of geometric shapes. So I'm seeing a lot of like sharp edges, kind of sharp corners and stuff. Not even really sharp corners. I mean, because some of these are rounded, but they're very, not like a ton of colors, like very artistic kind of in a way. And so I'm seeing those. I'm seeing some different geometric shapes here, geometric shape here, geometric shape, geometric shape. I mean, even all these are really geometric. Obviously, I'm seeing bright colors, but I'm noticing that the colors are a little bit off, and they're not like the primary colors, right? So it's like this teal and magenta and like kind of, I don't know, chartreusey color. Citron or something, right? And so I'm seeing like it's just a little bit of shifted off of primary colors. It's so bright, and then it's definitely like the teals, pinks, and yellows. Like those are, some of the biggest colors I'm seeing here. I'm seeing lots of yellow here, lots of teal here, like an orange. So I'm really seeing those colors stand out throughout all of these pieces. So those are the things that you want to pull out, right? So maybe those are our main colors, right? Some sort of a, pinkish color, some sort of a yellow color, and some sort of a tealish, bluish, aqua color. And then, like I said, you can kind of be looking there. So let me show you some other examples. Here you can see that, they have that same pin? I just realized that. Yeah, they do. How funny is that? They both have this Brit & Co pin. Huh. Anyway, but you see like this, so these are bright colors, but they're a lot more muted. So obviously you see kind of the feel here. So these are, the minty colors and the peachy colors and like maybe some greens and some golds. So you kind of start noticing those colors. But you see here, she has a really good mix of things. So she has outfits, she has like hairstyles, she has even like interior things. She has products, she has flowers, other more interior, design stuff, like wedding kind of things. There's some writing here, to kind of just show you like that freehand brush style. I see some patterns. I see like polka dot patterns right here and right here. Very like retro-y, like shabby, like there's some shabby stuff, kind of vintagey stuff here. So you see like how it really just all comes through and how I can pick out items. So these would be the things that I would add to my brand board. Maybe like I'd have like one of this or something for like the vintagey distress feeling. And then I'd have, this for the polka dots or something. And then I'd have, let's see, what's some other good ones? Maybe an interior shot here. So you can look at and watch more of the tutorials that go deeper into how I actually pick the images. But this is a good indication of a style. And I know you guys can totally see it once you see it. So that's really helpful. And she actually didn't have any design. I noticed she really doesn't have a lot of design. She has a little bit right here and a little bit right here, but she's really heavy on the interiors and the style, and that's totally fine too. And whereas this one I feel like has a lot more design pinned. And then here's another one. This would be like totally along with the classic style. So you can see there's some color swatches here. There is some design elements here. So she has like this, and she even has a brand board in here. Some just photographs to kind of get that mood. I mean, lots of family photography to get the mood and the feel of her brand. She does have, like I said, she does have a lot of design here, but you can see all of the fonts like really closely match. And you also see, a lot of patterns in here, a lot of, natural elements here. I see, like there's a cardboard here, more cardboard and paper and wood here. you know, like a lot of handwritten elements too, as you know, so like it just kind of goes to show you that a little bit of both. So some you know, uppercase, like really symmetrical fonts along with some handwriting here, so it can be like a mix. And I can see a little bit of distress, you know, in some of the stuff, like just some kind of worn in farmhousey stuff here too. So that's another good example. And I mean, and you can just see the colors coming out, right? Like navies, neutrals, whites, charcoals, right? Okay, so this is another good example. Lots of design here, but some interiors pinned too. So like you get actually some patterns here, a copper foil. I mean, the foils and textures are always good to pin. And, you know, like she doesn't have anything to do with cakes, but this just totally shows the style. And then here's another interior that totally matches that style. And here's another interior, and then another interior with all of her colors. And you can see like all these patterns are repeating. So you see like the leopard, and there's some polka dots here, and there's some stripes here, and there's some more polka dots, more polka dots, more polka dots, some iCat, you know, like, and then the right, of course, she has a lot of design here. So I can see a lot of serif fonts mixed with some hand painted stuff, or some hand painted stuff here. So just, are you seeing like how I'm a lot of geometric shapes here, these emerald greens. I mean, obviously the colors are really obvious on this one. Emerald green, gold, and gray, and you know, black are basically those main colors and stuff, you know, the pops of gold and stuff here. And she has a little bit of copper here and over here too. But yeah, that kind of goes to show you what I'm looking for. Here's another one with lots of bright colors, and there's some interiors. There's a lot of brand boards in here too. She has some layouts. She actually has some web design layouts in here too, and some other patterns. So you can see how they're all a little different. And you know, there's a different like percentage of the different types of style. I mean, the different types of images. So some are really heavy on interiors, some are really heavy on photography, some are really heavy on design. But it doesn't, and that doesn't matter as much as it matters, you know, what the overall feel is. And so there's a lot of flowers in here. There's some, you know, glittery, shimmery stuff. It's kind of an eclectic mix over here, but some modern and things in here, and some retro, and some really fun, right? All of this is really, really fun. You get like a really cool celebrate vibe, happy vibe from all of these photos, all real light and airy in photography too. So hope that was helpful. Let me know if you guys need any more help, and I'll see you soon.